students, today we are going to continue with the chapter Computer Networking and Multimedia Basics. Into this, we are going to start our communication or transmission media. What communication or transmission media is? First, we have to know about it. Whenever we are going to connect computers from a network that forms a network, this connection between computers on a network can be wired or wireless. So the connection which are going to be applied for the transmission of media, that is known as communication media, and that communication media can be of two types: wired connection and wireless connection. Wired connections are those connections into which when the transmission of the data is taking place with the help of some wires, that is known as wired connection, while without using any wire, if we are transferring our data, that is known as wireless connection. As in the case of the live example I am telling you, students, one you can transfer your files from your phone to another phone or to phone to your laptop using Bluetooth as well as using USB cable. In both the cases, whenever you are going to transfer your data using USB cable, that medium of transfer is done with the help of the wires. That is a wired connection, because you are making a connection of your mobile phone with your laptop with the help of USB cable. That is wired connection. While in the case, if you are transferring your data using Bluetooth, normally you just switch on your Bluetooth of your laptop as well as your cell phone. If you are transferring your data from cell phone to laptop or laptop to cell phone using Bluetooth, in that case there is no physical contact of wire between these two devices. That is known as wireless connection. Now we will see wired connection as well as wireless connection. First of all, we will see wired connection. Wired connection, for connecting computers with wires, there are three types of wires available. First one is your twisted pair cable, second is coaxial cable, and third is fiber optic cable. Nowadays you can see twisted pair cables. Into this, the cables, they are twisted with each other, and transmission of media is done. Transmission of files, folders, or media, you can say, that is done between two devices. But in the case of twisted pair cable, what happens? The transfer rate of the data is lesser than other cables. Coaxial cable, you have seen in your houses also. Whenever you are uh, running your TV or watching programs on TV, it has been connected with a set-top box. That set-top box has got connection with a wire. That wire, if you just uh, peel off, you can see it has only a single wire inside this one, covered with some plastic material. That type of wire is coaxial wire. It transmits data faster than your twisted pair cable. And the third one is fiber optic cable. This is the cable which is optical one. Into this, the transfer rate of data is higher than previous two twisted pair and coaxial cable. One by one, we will see different types of cables available. So if we are going to see twisted pair cable, the diagram it has been given over there. You can see the diagram. Normally this is known as Cat5 or Cat6 cable. This is meant to transfer data from one computer to another. Using some device, it may be your switch, it may be your hub. With the help of that device, the transfer of data is taking place between two computers, right? It is used as a balanced line. Balanced line means it is not going to be spread over a larger area. That's why it's a balanced line, which as part of the balanced circuit, since it is uh, created in a smaller portion, that's why it has got balanced circuit that reduce the effect of noise currents whenever the transfer of data is taking place. Noise current forms that effect it reduces by coupling of electric or magnetic field. It couples your electric or magnetic fields. Due to that, noise current induced, its effect will be reduced and data can be transferred easily. You can see this is Cat5 cable. It has got 4 pairs of two-straight cable. Next is your wired connection. Next is your coaxial cable. Coaxial cable, as I told you, you can see inner portion, it is a wire, that is copper wire. It is sealed with some plastic material. Then again it has got covered with a net wire. Then upside it is having another shield, right? So it's a type of electrical cable which has got an inner conductor, that copper wire, that is the conductor, by a concentric conducting shield. As I told you, fiber. If you peel off your net cable wire, you can see this type of cable, and it has separated by dielectric insulating material. Dielectric insulating material means that wire, it has got covered with some plastic material, then it has covered with ground wires, it is in the form of net, again it is covered with a foil like material, then it is covered in the plus insulator. That's why it is dielectric insulator connected, right? Next is your fiber optic cable. Nowadays you can see everywhere we are using fiber optical cable for faster transfer of data, which contains, here you can see it is containing more optical fibers, right, which transmits the light. If you pass, suppose you have got a piece of optical fiber, one side, uh, just you switch on your torch, another end you can see the lights, because it has got optical fibers inside, means it's a glass material and the light travels through it, right? The optical fiber elements are typically individually coated with a plastic layer. Each and every wire will be coated with plastic covers, right, which is inside a protective tube that is suitable for the environment where the cable will be deployed, because that outer uh, protective layer or covering, it protects it wherever we are going to install from the outer shock, or you can see outer pressure, and the fiber, it does not break easily. What happens in this case? Why the transmit rate is faster? Because when it has been connected, if somewhat some a point of the glass, it has been broken out, then it finds a convenient to route to transfer the data easily. That's why this is the best way for transmitting data in a faster way. Next we will move towards wireless connection. Wireless connection, as I told you students, this is the connection which is established between two devices without any support of wire. These can be connected with the help of microwaves, radio waves, satellites, Bluetooth, etc. One by one we will see what microwave, radio wave, satellite, Bluetooth are. First we will see microwave. It is the transmission of information by microwave radio waves. As you have seen uh, mobile towers nearby your house. What happens? Transmitter is installed on the top that transmits the microwaves which spreads in the direction where it has been given. That's why you can its face is there in in that direction only it moves. That's why you can see every tower it has got four-way your BTS. Through that BTS your microwave is transmitted and it reaches to our device. And nowadays we are seeing its use has been increased very much because nowadays new technologies like your wireless networks, direct broadcast satellites, they use that microwave radio waves because it transmits the data faster in a way and it reaches to our houses. Suppose if you have got a cable connection of any of the DTH, in that case you see your DTH has been installed in such a way that it captures the signals or the radio waves, microwaves from the air, and after receiving it, it sends the signals into the set-top box. From there we are receiving the programs onto our TV sets, right? This is your microwave. Now the next is your radio waves. They are omnidirectional, means it can scatter in any way. That means signals they can move in all the directions. Sending and receiving antennas are not aligned, but in the case of microwave, as I told, microwave, in that case your sender position as well as receiving positions antenna, it has to be aligned, while in the case of radio waves it can be kept in any of the direction because from all the direction in all the direction radio waves it is moving and it will be received by your receiving antennas. And any of the antenna kept at any location can receive the signal sent by the sender antenna. Next is uh, satellites. Communication satellites, nowadays you can see whatever the programs of and something they are going to get, even weather forecast, everything that is done with the help of artificial satellites, right, which relays and amplifies radio telecommunication signals via the transponder. Transponder means the device which is transmitting the signals to the receiver's end, and by creating a communication channel from where source transmitter to the receiver, means from where the signals are created, from there to the location where signals they are received all over the world, on the earth, anywhere it is received, that is by forming the communication channel. Next is your Bluetooth. It is also a wireless technology. It standards used for exchanging data between fixed and mobile devices. As in the case I told earlier, if you are going to connect your cell phone with your laptop, in that case you can use Bluetooth, but its drawback is that it can be used up to a certain limit over a very short distance, that is up to 10 meters only, which uses UHF radio waves, means very short wavelength, uh, and it's as we are having more length or more distance, then its radio waves, its uh, frequency decreases and transfer rate becomes slower. This is your Bluetooth. Next, what common protocols we are going to use for the wireless communication? One is the Bluetooth and second is the Wi-Fi. Bluetooth, as I told you, it is nothing. It is a telecommunication way of transmitting data from one device to another. But both the devices, they have to be connected with each other. And with the help of Bluetooth, only two devices can be connected and third cannot be connected. As in the case, suppose you are having laptop as well as your printer at your home. They both are Bluetooth device. In that case, what you will see, both the devices can be aligned using Bluetooth, and if you move away from your uh, printer, the distance will increase and the transmission rate will become more slower, and data will be transferred to your printer for printout. It will decrease and you will get your printout in a late time. Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity. Wireless fidelity, it lets us connect to the internet without a direct line from our PC to ISP. As in the case nowadays, you all are using fiber optical internet or BSNL's or wired internet, anyone you are using, and you are using Wi-Fi connection or you have installed router at your location. What happens in this case? Your connection, it becomes between that device to your computer with the help of wireless fidelity. To connect your PC to your ISP, you must need an internet connection, a router, and your desktop or laptop. In that case, what happens? Your router gets the signals through wires into it and it transmits the signals in all the directions. Sitting at any of the location, you are catching the signals or your system is receiving the signals and it is running, making a connection with the help of Wi-Fi. Now, the important part, nowadays most of the work is done with the help of cloud computing, that we are going to see. First of all, what cloud computing is. As the name is suggesting, cloud means whatever storage, accessing data and programs you are going to do, if it is done with the help of internet, instead of storing it or accessing it from your hard disk. Suppose the example I am telling you, Google Docs, Google Documents, it is like it cannot be saved onto your hard disk. Whenever you are going to save, it will move towards the cloud and it can be accessed from anywhere. While the programs you have are the documents you have stored into your system, it can be accessed through your computer only. So the cloud is just a metaphor for the internet. Metaphor means it's a location for storing and accessing data, programs. To store and access programs over cloud, we need to access the cloud, and there may be of two types cloud, that is public cloud and private cloud. One by one we will see what public cloud is and what private cloud. Public cloud means a common cloud service which is going to be used by variety of or most of the persons are the multiple subscriber. The cloud resources as servers, storage, they are owned and operated by a third party. Remember students, suppose I am going to use Google Documents. It is owned by Google, that is third party. I am using, you are also using, anyone is using, means multiple subscribers, they are using a third party cloud. It provides and delivers over the internet all the contents. In a public cloud, we can share the same hardware, storage and network devices with other organizations who is using the same cloud. That is, in general language, this is tenants. We are the tenants, and the person are the, as example of Google, I have told you that Google is the host and we are the tenants. We are using their resources, right? And few examples of public clouds are like Microsoft Azure, Google Drive, Amazon Cloud Drive, iCloud. They are the examples of the public clouds, because again I am telling you, public clouds are those clouds which are used by multiple subscriber of multiple subscribers, which is owned by a third party. Next is your private cloud. It is consisting of computer resources used and exclusively owned by one business or organization. Means, suppose I am going to establish my own server, right? I am having cloud computing uh, resources, then it will be of my private one. In a private cloud, the services and infrastructures are always maintained on a private network, PAN that is, and the hardware and softwares are dedicated solely to one organization. Suppose my organization is all over India, working all over India. I have installed my own cloud, and uh, that can be accessed by my members sitting at different locations. Whatever we are going to save, that will be saved in the cloud of the organization. That is known as private one, because it is maintained and owned by a single owner, right? Next, we will see multimedia. Multimedia means combination of many types of media in one application. If we are going to work in any of the application and we are using more than one media at the same time, that is known as multimedia. Means to deliver our contents, if we are going to use more than one media at the same time through any of the application, that is known as multimedia. That multimedia, it is comprises mainly of five objects, that is are the components. That is text. What is text? It is generally used to display information in the form of words, means writing material. Graphics and images, this is your digital drawing or digital photograph. They are termed as graphics and images. They refers to illustrations, and the image means graphic. Graphics are illustrations and images are to the captured photos, and they both, graphics and images, they cannot be in the form of videos. They are the still photographs or still pictures. Next is audio. Use of speech, music, sound effects, they come under the category of audio, right? Then audio or sound, they are of two types, that is analog and digital. You are knowing about it. Analog means the sound quality is not so good, crystal clear sound you are not going to get. While in the case of digital audio, the audio that is very much clear, and each and every sound we are going to get crystal clear, that is known as digital audio. Few formats, maybe you are knowing MP3, WAV, MIDI, these are the different formats of the audio. Next is video. They are digitally recorded moving contents. They are known as video. Normal video formats are MPEG, AVI, WMV. These are, and actually these are the pictures, running pictures using sound and other effects. They are the videos. Next is your animation. It's a process of making a static image look like it is moving in multimedia. As in the case of PowerPoint, we used to animate the objects, right? If we are going to use digital animation and animation process is going on just to make still photograph move like a video, that is known as animation. Animations can be 2D, 3D, likewise 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional. These are the different animation effects. Next, social networking. What is social networking? Social networking, it is grouping of individuals into specific groups. Nowadays, most of we are using Facebook as well as WhatsApp. Here what we used to make groups. Whenever we are going to make groups of uh, different individuals, then that is your social networking. Most of the person, they belong to the same uh, mental status, or they are having same views and ideas. They form a group, and these social networks, they are created using special sites or websites, that is known as social sites. They are the online community of interested users are on internet, means with common minded people. If we are going to make groups, that is known as social networks, right? Into this, whatever the sites we are going to use, that is also known as social media. We will see different social networking sites, like presently so very common is your Facebook and WhatsApp. They can be in the form of blogs, microblogs, forums, message boards, social networks, wikis, chat rooms. They may be of different types. Blogs, where we used to write blogs and people follow us. Microblogs are way of writing the things in a very shorter way. Forums, where common minded people with same interest, having great knowledge, they come and form a group. Message boards, social networks, they are, and few social networks, if we say, that is Facebook, WhatsApp. Nowadays, so we are also using Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. They are the different social networking sites. Into this, we are making groups of individuals. Remember, the groups, they are always created with the common minded people. Not if I am interested in Hindi and I have been kept in English. So I don't have interest in that particular subject, right? So common minded and having interest in that particular group. Chat sites, there are few sites, they have been dedicated for the users to log in and chat with other logged in users. It can be publicly you can chat, or privately you can chat. There are so many, Yahoo chat, other chat sites, they are also available. Now students, uh, today I think it is more than sufficient. By this we have come to the end of the chapter. Next time we will discuss one by one the important points from different chapters. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Jai Hind.